Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, finally got everything installed. Got the lash adjusters in there. Got the rocker arms in there. I had to pull both camshafts. Put both camshafts back in. I'll tell you what. When I did the driver's side camshaft, it it went out. It went in without a hitch. Everything went up without a hitch. I took them out. I put everything back in. I torqued everything down to spec. I made sure everything was good. Got everything put back together on that driver's side. Started it up. It ran like it just purred, man. It ran so good, and I was like, all right, good. I'm down with one side. Go to the other. The other side was a little bit more of a pain in the ass, especially with the wiring harness. But finally got all that done. Got everything taken care of with that one. Same exact thing. Took the camshafts out. Put the rocker arms and the lash adjusters in. Put the camshaft back in. Made sure everything was down to spec. Then connected everything, did the same exact thing. Went to go start the car again. Started the car, and give it a few seconds after I started it. I pushed the accelerator a little past 2,000 RPM, and all of a sudden the car just sputtered, and the fail-safe mode began. So it went into fail-safe mode, which is limp mode basically. And I was like, what the hell is going on? So I went and I went online, and I looked for what would be the best scan tool, relatively cheap scan tool that I could find. And of course, I checked out Scotty Kilmer channel, and Scotty Kilmer recommended this CG Sullett scanner, and it worked good. It worked really good. It popped up the codes that I had. So turns out, and I'm going to go ahead and confess how big of a moron I was in this situation. Turns out it had nothing to do with any of that. In fact, it had nothing to do with that bank at all. None of the problem was there. I'll show you what the problem was. Just give me 1 second. Let me open this up. So my dumbass had everything connected. The codes that came up were codes about the throttle body and the air intake, and I was kind of like, what in the world does that have to do with any of what I just did? I was working over here on the right bank, and then next thing you know, I'm getting all kinds of codes. My car is running in limp mode, and I'm like, what the hell? Turns out I forgot to connect my mass airflow sensor right here. So the mass airflow sensor connector, I forgot to put it back on. So I connected everything back up. I plugged everything back up. I made sure everything was down to spec. I made sure everything was connected. I put my air intake, my air tube back in, everything. Then I went to go connect. Then I forgot to connect this. So when I started the engine up, I mean, it was like freaking Armageddon to me, because I was like, what in the world? But I didn't hear any rattling. I didn't hear anything like breaking or exploding or anything. So I made sure that my chain was lined up. I made sure that the sprocket was lined up with the chain, and the sprocket and the chain were lined up with the cam phaser. I mean, there was nothing. I knew there was nothing wrong when it came to the timing. So I was thinking maybe it's the VCT solenoid. But then I got the scan tool. I went ahead and ordered it, plugged it in, and it told me what it was, man. I looked, and I had to go look at the air system, the air intake system. And sure enough, man, I forgot that freaking connector. But anyway, she is running like a dream right now. I mean, she's running so good. I put the headers in, and the headers are doing really good. Haven't seen any leaks so far. I mean, she's running really good. She's pulling real good. She's got a good amount of power right now. So, yeah, I would call that a success. It's definitely one of the biggest jobs I've done. Pulling out the cams and everything. I mean, of course, I didn't mess with the timing really because I used my wedge. I used the timing wedge. But But even then, I mean, it was still a big job. It was still a big job. So, um, I you know, if I like I said, guys, if I can do it, you can do it too. So, hey, I hope you guys liked the video, and if you guys happen to stay till the end of the video, I really appreciate it. And I wish you guys a happy New Year, and I hope everything goes good for you. And just keep track of the channel. I'm gonna keep adding stuff as much as I possibly can. Try to keep you up to date on what's going on with KT over here. She's a good car, '05, so she's old, but she's still going strong, and I'm gonna try to keep it that way. All right.